He's definitely, he's got a couple of heroes in there that are very impressive, and McCree's one of them. McCree's a slightly riskier pick. Look, Jinkao must be very confident to continue this Pharah pick. I mean, the man has not learned his lesson on the Pharah, and
now it's a McCree.
He's not learned his lesson on the Pharah, and it's teaching time, and your new teacher, Mr. Apudo, is gonna bring the smackdown.
I mean, obviously they go for that hog there on the defense. We know how strong it is at holding the doorway down there. Pharmacy combo on the side of HKA. Let's hope CQB can keep Jinkao alive.
Bam, bam.
Comes flying straight in there. Apudo finding a lot of shots there, managing to keep himself alive. Gets back inside the house, and now Jinkao trying to hunt him down. Apudo, though, with actually no teammates with him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Apudo needs support. Jinkao actually has a Mercy full-time pocketing him. Apudo's on his own. That's very difficult for Apudo to really safely be able to do anything. Now they're going to be able to turn on the gas, and FireBall, they're having to fall back. They did get the trade onto a team that's going to open up a couple of plays for them. NZNR is now their real source of damage here while Apudo gets back in the
Well, they do manage to actually turn this around inside the house just left of the point. And now HKA going to have to fall back a little bit. It looked very good there for Jinkao, actually. I thought he was going to really unleash inside that house. Obviously, very good work there on the Diva. Good matrix there from 9th to keep everyone safe.
Well, this is the thing about... I'll go back to the Reinhardts, because the Ting died so quickly there, they lost their shield walking in. They couldn't get past the tanks to FireBall. NZNR on the front line. 9th there with the Matrix up as well. What are you going to do as Jinkao? You can't go through all of that health. You're not going to shoot through Matrix either. So FireBall, they backed up correctly. They got the pick onto a Ting, and now a Ting is actually out of position again.
Yeah, and Zelf manages to hold the left side of the wall there. Graviton Surge going to come up, but not going to be too much use right now, as the entire side of FireBall are obviously split up. But as they come together, they have to be wary of this one. 2 kills though there for FireBall, managing to hold on to this one, make that 3-9, picking up CQB on the Mercy up in the background. Apudo actually switching up to the Tracer, and look at that ultimate advantage on the side of FireBall, but HKA getting very, very close to a set of their own.
We have not seen this entire series FireBall dominate this much. FireBall have had moments where they've looked good, but they have not had moments like this where they completely demolish HKA. This is a big turnaround.
I mean, there is the argument of this being Hanamura Point 1 is a very defense-heavy map, I would say.
Like it is and it isn't, but the thing is, Jinkao kills Apudo at the start, 65, and they still can't win.
Oh, there comes that Graviton Surge, and it finds only one player. Will they even be able to get the kill? The Barrage comes in. And it doesn't get anything. Apudo actually killing Chai as well on the other side there. Oh, 2 kills now actually in the side of HKA. Make that 3. Okay. Resurrect comes in now. Pulse Bomb going to be in Apudo's hands. It's going to be interesting to see where he throws that one out.
He has to use it, and he does. It completely misses. NZNR now with the whole hog. Picks up one into Jinkao. Can he get anything more? Has to eat the bio grenade from Anna as well. And Jinkao going to clean him up. This is the problem for FireBall. They have no real counter to Jinkao. They lost Apudo on the McCree. He's on Tracer, and he's doing a great job on the ground, but who is shooting Jinkao?
Well, he needs to get back on the point right now, as HKA are going to be able to cap this one out if no one makes any movement anytime soon. And Zelf actually first one back on there. Apudo gets blasted away by Jinkao right now. Make that 2 of them get blasted away by the Pharah. Tracer manages to pick up Zelf as well, and now a Ting with that nano boost on him as well, just cleaning up this first point, and they're going to be able to push this one over and take it to point number 2.
Yeah, I didn't really like Apudo's change-up. He's gone back to the Soldier now, which I feel like is a way smarter move. With the composition that FireBall were running, they were basically playing on a time bomb. Eventually, HKA were going to get the push out. I mean, it looked really good. Apudo might get punished. He actually forces Jinkao to suicide himself. So, look, you don't even need to kill Jinkao. You can even just make him kill himself.
Oh, Apudo comes very, very close to taking down CQB there. I can't believe that. He manages to get himself just around the corner there. I guess that's the difference between playing online and playing on land. And now FireBall do manage to get themselves set up there, trying to find a nice Helix rocket. Can't manage to land that one there as well. And it looks like HKA are going to be looking to push up that left side of the map.
Well, at this point, HKA have completely lost any real advantage over winning the first checkpoint. They don't really have that many ultimates to play with compared to their opponents. I mean, they're not really that far ahead. Even now, FireBall just picking up the kill, and NZNR is doing a great job on the hog as well.
Oh, CQB with the 3-man res there, picking this one up, keeping it going for HKA. Want to keep that momentum going. K4 going to be hitting the Dragon Blade. Actually finds nothing right now, and this is FireBall's chance to turn this one around. Great positioning here from CQB the entire time. Amazing stuff here indeed. but it will not be enough if he only held on to that resurrect for just a little bit longer.
And this is the thing where HKA are severely behind in ultimates now. 2 ultimates are online for FireBall. They only won with basically a single use of whole hog. They didn't have to get anything else in there. K4's now changed on Soldier. Actually, did he change? I don't even know. Jin Kao finally getting off that Pharah onto the hog as well. I might just be a little slow on these changes. These changes might have already happened already, but definitely it's coming up to HKA trying to adapt to this defense for FireBall. They are behind.
Nano boost coming in there onto Shayu as well right now. Will not be able to find any kills there, but Jin Kao getting to take down Zelf up on the higher grounds. Ninth does have D.Va self-destruct in his hands there, and Shayu actually gets taken down by a Pudo. Cleaning this one up now, they're going to have to fall back yet again. They do have control of that high ground, but while they're split off from the rest of their team, if FireBall can move in for some kills here, this will be very good for them.
FireBall definitely need to get the high ground advantage back in. Jin Kao with the whole hog, finds Zalfix looking for a little bit more, gets shut down. NZNR with the whole hog of his own, looking to clean up the shield on the top. Still though, FireBall, they can't get that high ground advantage back.
Oh, and as you say, that NZ going straight up the stairs there, walks himself straight into a hook, and now K4 trying to take these headshots in there.
As well.
And he does have obviously that control of the high ground, which is going to be very, very strong for HKA. And there it is, the attack visor doesn't drop down. Smart play here from K4, not losing his position just yet. There he goes down, takes down NZNR there as well. Does have the Winston jumping right on him, but health pack right there to keep himself alive. Mango manages to find a kill up there with the biotic grenade. And now a Ting though, taking down the D.Va up in the back lines. Nano boosted Winston doing a lot of work here, trying to keep this one alive for FireBall, but HKA looking good moving into this point here.
I mean, at this stage, they're really just trying to stall in Apudo. He's struggling to even get out of his spawn. He can't even help his team. And as soon as, I'm even wrong, Zelfix already died, saying as soon as Zelfix goes down, there's really not a lot of contesting remaining to stall that point. Now look at it, it's going to get capped out. This is going to be HKA.
And they just did that absolutely wonderfully. Their slow and steady wins the race. Slowly push their way up to the high ground, gain control of it. Don't let FireBall get any more position up on the high ground there, and slowly but surely push themselves over.
And this is exactly it. That's basically the entire second checkpoint victory for HKA. Like I said before, time bomb for FireBall. Lose the positioning, lose the composition in the first checkpoint in the first defense, time bomb. Eventually, HKA with their more well-rounded and slightly less counterable composition comparatively, they're eventually going to win you out. Now go to the second checkpoint. They kept that high ground. Another ticking time bomb. As long as FireBall lose that high ground advantage, they will eventually lose on out, which is exactly what happened.
And I mean, as you mentioned right at the start as well, FireBall were looking very, very good on that first point. I mean, what sort of change there? How did HKA get themselves back into that?
Like again, like eventually that Tracer pick wasn't going to work for FireBall anymore. They just don't have enough pressure to A, take down Jin Kao, but also to deal with the rest. I mean, to start with, having the Tracer there means they lose a lot of pressure on the actual choke, that main door choke. They can't hold that with a lot of squishy heroes. They need the heavy tanks to sit there and really take advantage. And Tracer needs to get in there as well to do the damage. Whereas if they had run the McCree can sit back, be a little bit safer. The big mistake was Apuda got split up from the rest of his team while trying to deal with Jin Kao. Now normally, he actually almost killed Jin Kao even with the Mercy Sport. 2 early shots directly onto Jin Kao. One of those must have been a headshot at least. Maybe it wasn't. I didn't really catch that, but like the fact that he got caught out so early by Jin Kao with no support, no healing, he was always going to lose that duel eventually unless Apudo just pulled something huge out. And then running Tracer for the rest of that defense wasn't going to cut it against Jin Kao's Pharah.
Oh, they've done it this time though. Jin Kao going to be picking up the Orisa on the...
For real this time.
Jin Kao for real on the defense there. And look at all the walls that they have to push through. This is something obviously we've not really seen too much of there. They've gone for that triple tank setup there, and they've obviously got the Reinhardt shield, the Orisa shield, but then they've also got the Hog constantly trying to hook and get those picks for them through this.
To be honest, like Orisa can realistically be substituted out for Xayah here, and I feel like Xayah would be a lot more flexible than Orisa. Orisa really applies only
and there comes that first
mostly offensive capabilities, but defensively Xayah is a little bit better. They have to keep that choke. If they lose the choke, this is all over.
And first kill, though, coming up in the way of HKA. Zelf going to be up in the back lines, needs to get on some of these squishier heroes, but can't really find anything right now. Manages to get themselves into the house, and this is actually good for FireBall. Now they can try to slowly gain some position, but they're just going to jump back away.
And still FireBall unable to really get past the choke so far. Even look at K4 Real, he doesn't even have to take the high ground. He's not sitting where Apudo was sitting. He's just chilling out behind the 3 tanks, and he can do that. Like, at this sort of point, FireBall going to really struggle to get past these tanks. Apudo on the back line, though. Inzidar gets a kill, gets traded by K4. If they can kill K4, this will be a game.
Oh, Orisa got very, very close to dropping right now. Apudo still holding onto that Dragon
Oh,
Blade.
yes, he got him.
Very smart play. Little bit of... this has really opened this one up for FireBall, and if they manage to do this now as well, Apudo showing us some magic right now. If they manage to do this, this is a lot faster than HKA have done it.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot faster. Like, I'm not feeling the Orisa in this composition. Had that been a Xayah, you can place a bubble shield on a player being dived on. You can bubble yourself. I feel you're a lot tankier, and your damage output is a lot more consistent as well. Really not feeling the Orisa defensively. I feel like Orisa maybe even offensively might be a better pick here. HKA gonna stick with it, have the supercharge available.
Oh, here it is. The super ulti,
yep.
and out it comes.
Okay.
But they jump straight on him. Apudo has seen this one before and will take K4 down before he even gets almost 1 second of shots off there. And now FireBall snowballing very hard into point number 2, looking to take this one out very, very quickly and take it into the next round.
This is why you don't let Apudo take his mask off, but can he keep the momentum going? He's got a lot of tanks to go through. He's managed to find a Ting, that's a big one. No more Reinhardt for the side of HKA, but they got to do the work here. Ninth, he's got a Graviton Surge ready. Where's that one going to land? They're going to have to use everything if they want to take this one out, because so far they haven't gotten enough cap to even get past the first milestone.
Great play there from Shayu. Perfect stuff to take Apudo down. They should be able to stabilize from this one and make FireBall force FireBall back, get them to get the reset. And now obviously they do have some ultimates to work with here. They've got that Earth Shatter, they've got that Primal Rage, and they do have that Nano Boost as well. K4 getting very close to the Dragon Blade, and they do keep the Orisa Kev.
Inzin and R about to get, as you said, Rocket Barrage coming online as well. Orisa still being played. They're making it work. It's not like a, I'm not even going to say whether a pick is really good or bad here, but realistically, I feel Xayah might just, in fact, I'm not just going to say Xayah, I feel like would have probably been the better pick, but they're making it work. Rocket Barrage Incident has to find something really good here. Apudo going down early is going to spell trouble for this push, and I feel like FireBall, they're not going to be able to get this one out unless they can get a trade onto K4 pretty much now.
Yeah, they did start that one off very nicely, I'd say, to the side of FireBall. But HKA, great counterplay coming out from them there. Managing to keep the high ground Reinhardt at Ting alive there with a nice biotic grenade. And now FireBall going to have to rethink this one. Apudo going to look to go around the left side here. Does have that Dragon Blade as well still. They do have the Barrage, but they're probably going to look for that Graviton Surge combo.
They kept the Grav all the way from like a couple of pushes ago. They're going to have to use it with the Grav combo, but I have to be concerned because you have to dodge a Sleep Dart first. If you can't get past the Sleep Dart, this is going to be an entirely failed push once more. Incident, he has to find the right opportunity, but there are so many chances for him to just get shut down.
Oh, K4 hits the Dragon Blade. Good position behind Apudo there as well. He
knows
who to take, and he gets him right there. That's going to be 2 kills now, but 2 kills actually in the way of FireBall as well. Make that 3, make that 4. Huge barrage there coming in from NZNR. Can they clean this one up? They've got an Angry Monkey to deal with first.
Mango's got to go down. NZNR has to go for Monkey. Not for Monkey, go for Mango.
And they do manage to take down Mango up in the back lines there. It's going to be that Nano Boosted Monkey now, last one to fall down. They should be able to make a little bit of movement here, but the respawn from HKA, they're all onto this one. Apudo's
still
now
alive.
Back. Apudo's back with the Dragon Blade. Needs to get up here, right onto K4. Does manage to find him, and this is going to be FireBall's moment to take point number 2.
And finally, NZNR staying alive for so long at the fair, completely contested, still gets another kill. That's like 6 kills in a row. He's got a full team wipe just by himself, and Apudo, he's still alive as well. NZNR still uncontested. Where's HKA? They got no ultimates, nothing left to play with. This should be the cap for FireBall.
Oh, but K4 up in the high ground again. No one's dealing with him just yet. He's doing a lot of damage. Does drop down to keep the point alive. Gets taken out there by Apudo. Apudo has something to prove right now. Jin Kao gonna have to fall back here as well, gets taken down, and FireBall, this should be their moment to get the point. They're getting disastrously close now as well.
It
to
should
the
be,
Graviton
but
Surge.
they're still having to get these kills in HKA. They're not falling down. The players are coming out. Apudo going down. Kurlos going down. That's going to spell trouble for FireBall. Ninth as well with the Graviton Surge. Still hasn't managed to find a use for that.
And HKA managed to hold on to this one. I have no idea how they've managed to do this. Obviously with that respawn advantage there, you know, they do manage to get back to the point quicker, but it just FireBall couldn't kill them quick enough.
The thing is, now, the 2CP update has been that if you have more attackers than defenders on the checkpoint, you are still going to get, like, your cap will go, you have an advantage capping, so realistically it shouldn't be as stalemate as what we've seen.
And so I guess it's just the fact that FireBall can't convert, can't get these kills too quickly. But also, I guess HKA being killed one after another rather than all at once, they do just get a very easy time to respawn and get back onto the point there. Pudo finding a nice little consolation kill onto K4, but he's going to have plenty of time to respawn and get back in with the rest of the team. While Apudo is still waiting for Zelf now to get back alive into this one. Ultimates at 3 apiece.
The other thing that's really difficult is you have to cut through 3 tanks to actually get this cap, because if one tank manages to stay alive long enough, they can stall out that point. For players like K4 to get back in there, for players like Mango to get back in there, but particularly for K4, he can come back and get the damage. If he just gets a couple of kills, that should be enough to hold the defense.
Oh, great.
Earthshatter denied!
Great hook as well, but Earthshatter still manages to find its mark there. Ninth will be falling down, but 4 kills now, 5 kills in the way for HKA. They clean this one up very, very convincingly, and I love the Ting flying down from the roof there. Great stuff.
HKA, they're not giving up. 43 seconds left to go. Wow, it was going to go to the Bastion as well. They're trying everything.
The cheek of it all right now. They definitely don't want to lose this point number 2. They want to kick this one off with a bang. 3-0 is what they're looking for tonight. And with that Bastion pick, that's going to be very sneaky, as FireBall are going to have to obviously commit straight into this one.
Hiding as
and
well.
Look at that positioning as well.
Yep.
He's just holding it as well. He hasn't given it away just yet. I like that from K4. He's going to force in the rest of FireBall. No, he's unleashed it now.
Yeah,
they
he's
now
been
are
spotted,
aware.
so now they know.
He's going to have to reposition right now.
To be honest, even if he just plays as the recon mode, it does enough damage. Okay, you normally don't see Lucio taking kills like that, but it happened. K4 going down early should give FireBall some momentum to get this through. Even a Nano committed into NZNR as well, probably not the best Nano. Doesn't have a whole host, so can't really take advantage of that. And FireBall, I don't think they're getting enough kills here.
A Ting reading NZNR like a book there, charging him off with that Nano boost as well. Perfect.
Oh, what a snipe!
Oh my goodness, we talked about it as well. The Fly Swatter indeed will take him out with the Fire Strike mid-air, and that's going to be HKA holding them at point number 1, not giving point number 2 to FireBall at all.
You got to really feel for FireBall there, because there were moments, especially when NZNR went off, that on the fair, it was, I have to look at the replay, but it felt like it was about 6 kills in a row, which is essentially his own personal team wipe just by himself, and they should have won the game off that. Unfortunately, not the case for FireBall. It's going to be HKA taking out 3-0. Our second 3-0 of the day.
And oh my goodness, K4 obviously doing great work here. Always managing to get himself up onto the best position he possibly can. Yeah. It's not even just like pure mechanical skill. He's just so, well, I mean,
crispy rockets at the end.
That right there is a definite crispy